Welcome to this guide on Python iterators. Today, we are going to demystify how Python handles loops under the hood by exploring the iteration protocol. We will look specifically at the dunder_iter and dunder_next methods. Let's start with the basics. Iteration is the technical term for going through a collection of items one by one. If you have ever written a for loop to print every item in a list, you have used iteration. It is a fundamental concept in programming. It is crucial to understand the difference between an iterable and an iterator. An iterable is a container, like a list or a string, that holds data. An iterator is a special object that acts as an agent to fetch data from that container. It remembers where it is, so it knows which item to grab next. Python uses a set of rules called the Iterator Protocol to manage this process. For an object to be an iterator, it must implement two specific methods: dunder_iter, which returns the object itself, and dunder_next, which returns the next value in the sequence. Let's look at the first method, dunder_iter. This method is the entry point. When you start a loop, Python calls this method. For an iterator, this method simply returns self, allowing the object to be used directly in for loops. The second method is dunder_next. This is the engine of the iterator. Every time the loop asks for a new item, this method runs. It calculates or retrieves the next value, updates its internal state, and returns the result. But how does the loop know when to stop? It's simple. When there is no more data to return, the dunder_next method raises a StopIteration exception. This isn't an error in the traditional sense. It is a signal to Python that the loop is finished. Here is a complete example of a custom iterator class called count3. Notice how we initialize the number to 1. Dunder_iter returns self. In dunder_next, we check if the number is less than or equal to 3. If it is, we return it and increment. If not, we raise StopIteration. So, when you write a for loop, this is what happens behind the scenes. First, Python gets the iterator from the object. Then, it repeatedly calls dunder_next to get values. Finally, when it catches the StopIteration signal, it gracefully ends the loop. To wrap up, remember these key points. Iterables hold data, while iterators traverse it. The protocol relies on dunder_iter to start and dunder_next to proceed. And finally, the StopIteration exception is the standard way to signal the end of a sequence.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.